I'm Ali and I'm going to take you through the paper bead rolling tool from Stamps Away, which is a fabulous little gadget that allows you to make the beautiful little paper beads that are ever so popular, really handy to have because they're great for using up your scraps and recycling old Chinese menus and all sorts of things. But actually they can be a little bit problematic if you haven't got the tool, because basically the tool is like having an extra pair of hands. You also get templates in the kit as well so that you can make fancier shapes like I have on here. Let's see if I can bring this in a little bit closer for you to have a look. So you can see you've got some really fancy shaped ones there, which we're going to show you, which you've got the templates to do, and they're all made exactly the same principle as I'm going to show you. You can do tiny ones, you can do big ones, you can do multi-layered ones, all sorts of different things. It's ever so easy and you'll have so much fun, and there's so much you can do with them because you can glaze them when they're finished so that they're wearable pieces of jewellery. You can use them for bookmarks, all sorts of different things. It's really good fun. Okay, let's have a look at our paper bead roller. So you've got your little tool here. Underneath here you've got your drying rack, which just slides out. It's 3 components that slide together, so it can fold down when not in use, but it gives you a space to pop your beads to dry. Also, if you're wanting to glaze them, paint them, anything like that, you're able to access all the way around. They're not going to stick to your work surface or anything. The main features of the actual tool itself is the little handle that comes out that has a slot all the way through. That's very important. You've got your pressure plate that flicks up and applies pressure to your spindle there, or goes down, pushes back and locks in the down position. You've got your glue platform, or your little diving board, which has an interchangeable glue protector plastic there, so if you're doing lots and lots of beads and that starts to get a bit mucky, you can pop that one out, put a fresh one in, clean that one up, and then you're working on a clean area all the time. And then you've got your elastic bands, which actually help apply that pressure. You can adjust, if you find that you're doing thicker material that needs a little bit more pressure, you can tighten your elastic band by just wrapping it a little bit more. You've also got a replacement elastic bands if they wear out. You know, it should last you for ages and ages. So all you need to know, the principle for making all the beads is exactly the same, so it doesn't matter what shape you start with, you know, the tool works in exactly the same way. I'm going to do the traditional triangular one, and I'm doing it out of a piece of map. The reason being, this is single-sided, so it helps you remember that if you're using single-sided paper, such as wrapping paper or old maps and things, when you're loading up your paper on your bead roller, you want to see the plain side, because that's the bit that's going on the inside. So just position your spindle so that you can see the slot comfortably, and you're just going to pass your paper through the slot. Okay, and then if you want to twist it round a little bit you can, but then bring your pressure plate up, not easy to say, make sure everything's straight, and then just start rolling. Okay, and you just rolling. Okay, once you can sort of guide it with your finger if you feel it's going off a little, especially if you're not cut perfectly straight, you can just guide it with your finger. Once the end of your paper is near your gluing platform, you can apply a little bit of glue. Just either with your finger or a glue spreader, just smear that across so that it's right across the edges, so because you want the edges of your bead end to go down completely so it gives you a nice smooth bead. Just carry on rolling, but the nice thing with that is as I was applying the glue, did you see that the bead didn't unravel, which is the important thing. Once you get near the end, I tend to just put a tiny bit of pressure on the pressure plate just to help squidge the glue down. Whether it needs to do it, I just get in the habit of doing it. Just in case I've been a bit heavy-handed with the glue, it just smooths it all down. Run it a couple of times so it's nice and smooth. If you're using a high water content glue, such as a children's glue, I would leave it in the locked position for a couple of minutes just to let the glue grab that so it's not going to unravel. But if you're using a craft glue that grabs pretty quickly, you don't need to worry. Once you've finished your bead, put your pressure plate down, push it back into the lock position, and then it's just a case of taking your handle out, and that slides your bead off, and there's your first bead made onto your drying rack, and you're ready to make another one. You've got templates in the kit that will help you do different shaped beads, or you can start inventing your own. Any little scraps of paper like that can get rolled up. It's so easy, and they're so effective when they're made. So just have fun. I would recommend storing your bead roller in the unlocked position, just so you're not putting excessive strain on your elastic bands. And don't forget, your little drying rack tucks away under there, all neat and compact, ready to go next time you want to make some beads.